we're back. We're back coming off. I'm wearing the same outfit.
Wait, really?
I'm wearing jeans. This is the first pair of jeans I've gotten since pandemic, and I was like, I'm gonna buy the biggest size that I know will fit. And even still, when I first got them, I couldn't button them, and I was like, fuck! Put them in the drawer along with the rest of the pants that no longer fucking fit.
But they're on you right now.
But yeah, then like after all of the holiday travel, like when we went skiing a bunch in Utah, I was like, let me just see.
Yeah.
You know, because you can look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh, I can't tell if I've gone up or down. I don't know what we are, but these pants will be. They're like loose, except the waist is just.
Do you remember what you told me on the phone last weekend when you put them on?
What?
That you were like, I'm not used to wearing jeans, but I'm feeling really proud of this, so I'm just gonna keep like romping around
wearing them. Yeah. And then I made the mistake of washing and drying them.
Oh yeah.
And this morning I literally was pep talking myself in the mirror. I was like, it's okay, babe. It's okay. You washed them, you dried them, and you dried them like 3 times because you kept forgetting to fold the shit. So they're gonna be a little tight.
Yeah.
Okay, don't be hard on yourself, even though I've been eating nothing but mini corn dogs.
But also snowboarding a lot.
Yeah.
You know, there's a balance.
Yeah.
Mini corn dogs. Mm-hmm. After all the stories you've told about how corn dogs make you shit your pants.
If I'm jumping off a bridge right after.
Okay.
And I'm mixing the mini corn dogs with Four Loko.
Right.
Yes, I might shit my pants.
Okay. But the corn dogs on their own were in the clear.
Yes.
Safe zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about this weekend. How was you went to Big Bear, right? Or
Big Bear?
Mammoth. Sorry.
Am I poor? It's from an Entitled video. Don't make that face at me. No, I don't really toy with Big Bear. Like
okay.
If I'm gonna go to the Montañas, I go Mammoth.
All right.
You know? So we went to Mammoth. It was blizzard.
Yeah, this
times
was
1,000.
At the time we're recording this is just after the crazy rainstorm in LA, which is crazy snowstorm in Mammoth.
Yeah. And my car was like, it's been, the Tissy is fine in the snow, but I did notice it was hydroplaning like more than I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
It felt like hours long of just hydroplane mode. And Renee came out to help me move something into my car yesterday, and he goes, well, your tires are bald. You're going to die. And he's like, thank God I came out here to help you move this tub, because things are fucking good. And there's like some sort of a penny trick where you can, like, if you put the penny in Washington, whoever's face, is it Abraham Lincoln? And we're back. If the head of the whoever is on the penny is,
I think it's Lincoln.
If you can see it, your tires are like
bald.
Did I jitto chop that entire thing? Yes. I still know nothing other than the tires need to be changed. But yeah, it was a crazy snowstorm. Went up with some pals that I haven't seen in a long time that were really good friends in college. Mm-hmm. Laura Thatch and Helena Beck is the one who saved me when I thought I was drowning in Nicaragua.
Yeah. I met Laura on Catalina a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
On my sister's birthday.
Yep, that's
She's
right.
a very fun time. Hair down to her ass.
Yeah.
Just such a little like soul surfer gal.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah, and her older sister Monica is a really good snowboarder. So Monica and I went to college together, and Monica's actually the one who got me to join the snowboard team in college.
Okay.
I had like rushed a sorority, and then I was in it for like 2 days, and I met Monica. And I was like, we have a snowboard team at San Diego State? She was like, oh yeah, cool Nike 6.0s. And then I left the soror to snowboard.
Okay.
It's so expensive anyways to be in a sorority. It's like, I can't do this.
I did not know that you rushed one.
Yeah.
And I would not have expected that.
Did I tell the story of what happened when I was rushing with the hair?
No. Should we get into it?
We don't have to.
Okay, let's save that for another episode. Keep listening, guys. We'll tell you all about the hair.
It was really quick. I'll just tell it. No, it was just I was rushing to get to one of the rush events, and I was sweating really bad, and everyone looks perfect. And one of the girls in the sorority was like, "Oh, baby, you have a bronzer brush on your chest," and she went to pull it off, and it was like a 2-inch long attached.
Oh my God!
Somehow still made it into somewhat of a good sorority. Anyways, though, yeah, we went up, and it was our friend's birthday, and they had this game called Ticket to Ride.
Okay.
Ticket to Ride. It was like you build little trains across the U.S.
Is that triggering after your ride here today?
Yes. I kept thinking I was hitting shortcuts on the way in, and then they were more backed up.
Oh.
It's okay.
Okay, so Ticket to Ride, building trains across the U.S.
Played a lot of board games. We went snowboarding, did some dancing.
You did?
I did some dancing.
Out or in the house?
Outside, technically.
Okay.
Yeah, we had like snowboarded all day and it was really fun. And then went in because our neighbors, Avi and Nico, happened to be on the mountain too for another birthday. And there was a DJ up inside of a gondola DJ booth.
Okay.
Just playing the hits. And I just kind of started moving, you
Uh-huh.
know? And then it was full blown.
The toe starts tapping.
Toes
then
started
the
tapping in my
heels
giant
moving.
snow boots. And we
Mhm.
just, Avi and I just started, we just kind of took over the dance floor because no one was there
Love
yet.
that.
And then we went back out to snowboard for like another 2 hours. When we came back, the whole place was like sardines. Everyone was like, oomps, oomps, oomps. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. Like I got in there right when I wanted to.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There's nothing quite like an open dance
an
floor.
open dance floor really gets me going.
Yeah. I have no shame. I have no fear. I want as much real estate as I can get so I can get down.
It's been really fun too because I keep bumping into people in these mountain towns that have like been to shows.
Oh, yeah.
It happened in Utah in Deer Valley. This woman came up, just champagne spilling everywhere. And she goes, I got kicked out of your DC show. Remember me? I was like, no, but I love you.
Oh, my
It
God.
was so funny. She's like, you got to meet my husband, meet my daughter. And it was just classic. But then when we were dancing again, like full goggles on, this other lady came up to me and she was really nice and just said hi. She goes, I saw you from afar, just having fun. And I thought that might have been you. And I don't really know what to say other than just keep having fun.
Oh,
And she sent me a DM after and was like, I feel like such an idiot. I don't know what the hell I even said. I should have offered to like buy you guys a round of drinks. And I was like, oh my God, no. Like,
no.
no, you're great.
That's perfect.
You're perfect. Always say hi. Always come dance.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it's a good time. Yeah, so we
It's a good
had
time.
we definitely had a lot of fun snowboarding. And then the drive home was very scary.
Yeah. Well, and this is all, it's funny because a few episodes back, you were talking about filling up your tire.
Yes. And well, it
And-
turns out that tire was at 50.
We overfilled it.
We overfilled the fuck out of that thing. I'm lucky that thing didn't.
Yeah.
The tires were like 32, 32, 50. and,
Oh
like,
my
38.
God.
It's like, are we driving a little off kilter here?
And it's been like that for so many weeks.
I know. And
It's okay. You've been out of town. You haven't done that much driving on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I also didn't know that you don't see how it's gone up or down until you drive off and the car has time to readjust.
Right.
There's a lot of things about cars.
Well, I feel like before we move on from snowboarding, we got to clear the air per a request from your beloved.
Oh my God. Oh, this has to be said. So we're driving home from Mammoth.
Uh-huh.
It's blizzarding. I can't even keep my eyes open. I'm like, Aaron, maybe will you help me drive a little bit? Because the car had gotten stuck in the snow, so we had to like push it out. So by the time we got rolling and we got out of the blizzard, I was like white knuckling for a few hours. And I was like, do you think you could drive for like an hour or something? And Aaron was like, should we put on the podcast? And I was like, sure, but it's like the anxiety was afoot.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we can listen to it. And then, the story starts of getting stuck in Italy with her going up the T-bar. And I was like, we got to turn it off. We got to turn it off. I don't want you to get mad at me. I can't handle a fight right now. Just please. I can't even hear my own voice right now. It's making me too anxious. And I need to just set the record straight. When I said Aaron sucks at snowboarding or however I worded it.
You didn't say that.
I didn't say she sucked at snowboarding. I said, have you seen a girl coming up the T-bar in a giant white helmet with
Mhm.
high waters? She kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yep.
And what I meant to say, folks, was that she sucked at the T-bar. She is an amazing snowboarder. And I love her so much, Aaron. I love you.
Yeah.
Aaron, I love you to bits and pieces. She goes faster than I do.
There we go.
She's a great snowboarder.
The
And
record.
she hits all these things just out of nowhere. She's ballsy. She's brave. Her high waters are so cute.
And that helmet is perfectly proportioned
It's
for her
perfectly
head.
proportioned for her head. Damn it, Aaron. I love you. I'm sorry. You're great, but you did get us stuck in Italy. Okay? That's okay. Because we had a good little adventure.
There we go. Whew. Do we feel better?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Great. I mean, the weekend, I was watching all your stories from the weekend and I was pretty jealous. It looked like a fun time.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a long, well, I haven't gone to the mountain, like gone skiing or snowboarding since I tore my ACL.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't know that I'll ever do it again.
It'd still be fun for you to come up and like hang out in the
Yeah.
village and stuff.
Just lodge it.
Slip on some ice.
Yeah, I'd be down to go sledding.
You know what Susie Chapstick always says? It is never too early for an après ski cocktail.
There we go.
Even if you haven't skied.
See? Perfect.
That's the line the whole character was initially built on.
Good old Susie. Words of wisdom.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
We'll take it.
Yeah. I think it would be fun. We should do,
We could also just send you down the hill on like, an inner tube.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to see that.
I mean, I would love to do that.
We could put a little cereal varnish on the bottom of it and just...
There's something about sledding. This goes back to like our childlike wonder.
Yes.
But like I went sledding in Portland a few years ago with my buddy Brady, and he was on the front of the sled and I was like straddling him behind him, and I was laughing so hard that I peed. Like it was like out of Dumb and Dumber where and I'm like, we're going down and I'm like, I'm peeing. And he's just like, are you serious? And I'm like, just peeing on his back. It didn't freeze us together, but
you were attached to him, like puss to back.
Yeah, I was straddling his back. We were on the same sled.
Oh, Miriam.
But I had a great time. Sorry, Brady.
You might have warmed him up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Some hot piss.
Did him a little favor.
Oh, God, dude. You are always pissing yourself.
I just
You
laugh.
pissed in my brother's boxers.
I'm laughing and peeing all the time. I feel like that's a sign of a good, happy life.
Yeah, or a loose fucking vag. Start keegling,
Zero
my
bladder
brother.
Control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe the combination of the two. I don't know. Anyway.
I am really, really happy to be here right now because I've been kind of a ball of anxious energy, and very just, I don't know, kind of, I think I've been making all the mini corn dogs because like it's now time to start writing this whole new show, and it's like creative brain is turned on, and not just like video to like write sketches or stuff, but like the live thing, like trying out new jokes, potentially bombing quite a bit.
Totally.
And I've noticed that like cooking has gone out the window.
Just freezer
just
dinners.
Freezer, air fryer, throw them back. It's just like brain is.
Yeah. I think that's good though. There's like there's an excitement about being in that like uncomfortable space. And I feel like that's where like the most creativity happens.
Yeah.
If I want to get really nerdy about it, there's actually there's like a study that it calls that space the zone of proximal development, which is like you're not overwhelmed to the degree where you are incapacitated, like overwhelmed where you like can't get anything done, but you're a little over your skis to the point where it's motivating. Whereas like if you're bored, you're complacent, you're not going to come up with anything creative. Yeah. And if you're like in over your head, you're also not going to come up with anything creative. But like that zone in between is the sweet spot.
What's it called exactly?
The zone of proximal development.
The zone of proximal development.
Yeah.
Is there some literature that I can read about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm worried that I'm inching closer and closer to bouncing from bored to incapacitated.
Okay.
It's really hard to stay in this sweet spot because I feel like I don't know.
Well, you probably need, 2023, good time to kick off the new year with like some planning.
Yeah, definitely.
I, for the first time in years, bought a planner this year, which is like...
I think you said that before
on this? Oops. Well, I haven't listened to the last one we recorded. But I've been using it.
Yeah.
And it's helping me like organize my thoughts so that I don't teeter into the overwhelming territory.
That's good. I need to do that. I feel like I don't know. I've gotten like, what is it? The 11th day of January. And I feel a little bit like, oh.
Yeah. I can tell. You're like, well, especially because you went from like vacation mode holidays.
Yeah.
To like, you were back for like a week and then you went out this weekend. And I feel like you're now easing into like, okay,
Yeah.
a week is gone.
Yeah.
Now it's time.
That last weekend of snowboarding was kind of like the way home was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
When
you
was
just start writing things down? But guys, if you're feeling right now like, ah, it's okay, you're not alone.
Yeah, exactly.
I also saw something that said like, not to pat my own puss.
Here we go. Let's do it.
It was
pat away.
it was someone that said a lot of people who make resolutions end up dropping them by halfway through January.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it is better to like get things cracking a little bit later in the month.
Yeah.
And I'm really gonna believe in that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think, I mean, you also have like, you've got deadlines. You know, you've got a new tour coming up.
I know.
It's time. You got to put pen to paper and crank some material out, you know?
Crank some shit, really dig deep.
Yeah.
And create something out of thin air.
But is part of you, like, are you all scared?
No.
Or is there something, like, exciting about?
I'm less scared than I am excited and motivated and energized by it.
Yeah. What feels like, what's the most exciting part to you?
I think the most exciting part is kind of feeling motivated by fear again a little bit. But I think I'm excited to just like, revel in that. And to like really
to take a phrase from the last ep.
Yeah. And just like think really hard about like okay, like you've gotten to here with these things, like how do you learn more and like up the ante,
mm-hmm.
you know, with all the things, like what needs to be learned, what needs to be done, you know, what do you want to like, I don't know, how do you want to go about it?
Yeah.
You know, just like stepping it up a little bit.
Totally.
But also knowing that like might not have the tools to do that, but just trusting, I guess kind of just trusting the process and hopefully not getting scared to the point of feeling like incapacitated.
Yeah. I don't think that's never happened to you before. You know what I mean? Like,
I think I'll always rise to the occasion, but
yeah.
then I can get very mad at myself.
Yeah.
If I don't think it's good enough or, you know, funny enough or something,
mm-hmm.
or like just not my best foot forward. I worry about that quite a bit.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah.
I mean, you're your own worst critic. I feel like I would say like ride the wave of excitement because I mean, even last time you talked about how you went on stage and rapped.
Yeah.
If that's still
yes.
in it. And I remember you telling me that story and being like, dude, when was the last time you bombed? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's been a long, like you know, right now you've like created like people love you and come to shows for you. Whereas like a while ago, like years ago, you were opening for other comics. So like you had to like fight not against the crowd, but fight to win the crowd in a way. Whereas now like all you have to do is keep the crowd. Like it's, I don't know. It feels like to put yourself back in that like, oh shit, am I going to win them over or not? Could be kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. It's super fun.
I don't know. I think it'll be fun.
I think it'll be fun. It's interesting too because you do shows on the road and then you come back to LA and those are like just, you know, patrons coming in to watch the show. Those aren't necessarily your fans.
Right.
So you do kind of have to, you know, not like telling stories about entitled to at the Hollywood Improv.
Yeah, exactly.
But I am trying a bunch of new stuff tonight and I can tell I've been like really giddy all day and just like, oh God.
Yeah, like the nervousness.
Yeah.
Your belly churning.
It's interesting. It's just like stand-up like takes over your everything. Every little giblet of your brain is like just on that.
Yeah.
Focused on that and writing and rewriting and trying and laughing and I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense. I mean, it's a very like personal, because a lot of, I mean, all the jokes you write come from your life. So it's like it would be impossible to separate the two.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to get on stage tonight and there's going to be moments that you'll walk away from being like, that was really good. And then you'll walk away from other moments and be like, that sucked.
It'd be good just to like, just get in a lot of reps.
Yeah.
And just, you know, and just having done those 2 like virtual specials and then touring the past year and a half, 2 years, I just feel like I want to have it even more choreographed and just exciting and fun and funny and just, you know, give people a good time.
There we go.
You know, and just a break from life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and just celebrate together.
That's great. People are going to love
it's
it.
Like that on one second, and then the next second I'm like, fuck!
Well, that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself to do that.
Mini corn dog. Mini corn dog. Mini corn dog.
To like come up with that for other people is a lot. But I don't know. I think as long as you have fun while you're doing it. I mean, think about like Entitled. Like,
yeah. I know we were talking about it last night. Like,
laugh.
Just thinking about those moments on stage where you find something new or, yeah, improvise something, or you're just in the pocket. Mm-hmm. And you're like, I'm so comfortable here in this room with these people. Mm-hmm. And I just fucking love this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And after this, I'm going to crawl into bed and put a little something on Netflix and wait for the Taco Bell to arrive. Around 5 a.m., I'll wake up and have diarrhea 3 times and
take the dog out. Start the day.
Take the dog out and then do it all over again.
Oh, God. Yeah. No, I think it'll be good. I think 2023 will be a good, like, shake off the pandemic.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, we're still very much in the thick of a pandemic, but...
Yeah. Why 2023 and not 2022? Because it was two right there.
It was too close. No, I think... Well, I don't know. For me, it took some, like, ramp-up time. I think for you also, because you, like you said, you had your 2 virtual specials and then went straight to touring. You haven't really had to reset since... being in lockdown.
That's true. I didn't really think of that.
Yeah. So this is kind of like a redo or like whatever. This is the next evolution or whatever.
How does one evolute?
Evolve. I think you just got to start. You got to start somewhere. I mean,
yeah.
There's nothing worse for me. There's nothing worse than being bored. Like,
yeah.
And I know you've had a ton of fun on this last tour.
Definitely.
Obviously, your closing shows were like some of your best. There's the banging.
Damn it.
But I think they're like forcing yourself to start from scratch is like liberating in a lot of ways because you're not tied to the past.
Yeah.
Like, the world is your oyster. Make this show whatever you want it to be.
Is it okay to feel tied to the knowledge gained of the past?
You have to. Otherwise, yeah, like, what are you doing?
What are we doing?
You got to learn from, you got to reflect.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take what you know, make it better.
Yeah, how do you do that?
I mean...
You got to review the game tape?
Yeah. Like, truly, you got to, like, reflect on what you've done the last few years and... Yeah. Figure out what you liked, what you didn't like, what made you feel in the pocket.
Yeah.
What made you walk off stage thinking that wasn't good or that it wasn't your best foot forward. And avoid those things and do more of the other things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to, like, get it out first.
Okay, so, like, instead of 5 zins before a show, 2 zins before a show. 1 Snickers, the same pair of underwear.
Uh-huh. Yeah, whatever your cocktail is.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Is there, like, some form of something in your line of work that, like, gives you a framework for how to review things properly other than just milling about in your own head?
I mean, you're going to make fun of me, but I
am not going to make fun of you.
I always write stuff down. It's
Well,
like
okay.
it's the only way to like make it concrete.
Yes. Writing it down, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But is there some sort of a questionnaire I can fill out?
There probably is. I mean, there is like a retrospective, which is Erin knows all about them.
I feel like she's got a lot of knowledge about that.
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
It's
so I'll
very
just tap into the homestead.
Yeah, it's a tech thing to do, but
Okay.
But yeah, you basically like the basis of it is what happened, what worked, what didn't work, how can we change it?
Okay.
Like that's the baseline of any sort of retrospective. And yeah, it's easy once you like think about things through that lens.
Mm-hmm.
The how to fix it. Like right now you're jumping forward. You're trying to figure out the how to fix it without having figured out what worked and what didn't work.
Yeah.
You got to do those things first.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That doesn't seem that difficult at all.
Exactly.
Like once you know what the things are.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for filling me in.
Sure thing, you know?
Man.
No problem. Yeah, I mean, again, it's like the overlaps of the creative process.
Yeah.
It's like it's so, there's not a rule book. And so,
yeah,
it's not as easy as saying like, let's refer to this document and figure it out. Like you have to kind of just, what met your expectations, what met your audience's expectations, you know, like you're gauging it across two things. For me, it's like my expectations versus my clients.
Yeah.
What worked well with like, you know, third party contractors, subs in your case, like venues and like, I don't know, management teams and whatever.
Yeah.
It's just there's a lot of different things to kind of manage.
Yeah. Just get out there.
Yeah.
It's always like on one hand, I get so jazzed about the idea that there's not a rule book.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, this is why we do it. Then on the other hand, you're like, fuck, no blueprint.
Yeah, you have to figure it out.
It's constantly like back and forth between being really excited and then really like, shit.
Yeah.
Invent it.
Yeah. It's a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
But you've done it a million times before. You can do it again. I mean, I look at a blank piece of paper every time I design something. And it's like, how do you fill it in? You know?
Yeah. Do you just crumple them up and throw them?
Burn it. Yeah, exactly. Start doing a podcast so you never have to look at a blank piece of paper again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll come to you. Something will spark.
Yeah.
It'll happen. But I would say like, yeah, enjoy this part. This is the fun part.
Yeah, you're right. It is fun. You just need to maintain healthiness.
Yeah. Maybe cool it on the corn dogs.
Okay. Great. Just go straight into ice cream.
Yeah, exactly.
I felt so bad because over the weekend, you know, I don't know if I was dancing or in the midst of Ticket to Train to Ride or whatever that game was called, but you sent me a fairly exciting text about a little something that had gone down in your life.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well,
you care to embellish?
I mean, well, I went on a date this weekend.
And how did we meet said person?
Online.
Okay.
It was a Hinge date.
Okay.
And there wasn't like, date was fine.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. We're saying goodbyes. And I went to, like we're hugging goodbye in a car. So it's like already kind of an awkward situation.
Yeah.
And I went to kiss him on the cheek, like goodnight. And as I was doing that, he hugged me closer, so his head moved forward, and I ended up kissing him on the neck as if I were a vampire. And I'm just like, I was so mortified, and like I was like replaying that and it was unfazed. Like it was fine.
You didn't go like, I just kissed your neck.
No, but that's what's crazy is like I should have done that. And I don't know why I didn't do that.
It was like alarming in your head.
Yes.
That's what was going on.
Whereas like normally I would just like call out an awkward thing. But I was so embarrassed that I couldn't even acknowledge it. And then I left and was just like replaying it over and over. Like, I cannot believe I did that. And then I had flashbacks to when I was in 6th grade. And my 5th grade teacher, I was really close with. Mrs. Columbus, you were great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't have her, but she was cool. She had great bangs.
She was the best. Yeah. Loved her. And when I was in 6th grade, we used to have like late start on one of the days, like in middle school.
Yeah.
And during
Wednesdays,
late start,
I believe.
There we go, Wednesdays. And she was like, you should come back and visit me on one of the late starts and like say hi in the morning before you go to school. I was a teacher's pet, okay? Loved Mrs. Columbus.
Of course, Miriam.
And
the amount of cardigans you own, I think that's quite obvious.
Says the girl wearing a cardigan.
Well, yours are teacher cardigans. Mine are powerful.
Whatever. Mine are powerful. It says
just because
coach.
it says coach on it. That's the only reason why.
Exactly.
That's coach right there.
Oh my god. But I went back to see her and we're like chatting and how's middle school? Da 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 da. And then I don't remember exactly what happened, but she's sitting in a chair and they're like in the cafeteria and like something is happening and I went to say goodbye, but I didn't want to interrupt whatever she was doing. So I like grabbed her on the shoulders and was just like, hey, I'm going to take off. And then I like kissed her on the top of the head. Same thing. I was like, I can't believe I just did that. Like in the moment, it was like, this is your teacher. Why are you kissing? And I'm come from a kissy Middle Eastern family. Like,
right, yeah.
I was like probably picturing like this is what I would do to like a family member. And I felt that close to this teacher. But I am still haunted by having kissed this woman on the top of the head out of the blue. And then I just neck kissed this guy. Like, what is wrong with me?
It's hard how like the series of those specific unfortunate events then come back montaging in your brain.
Oh, it was, yeah. I've just been like, and there have been so many. There was
the neck kisses that happens, I think, far more than you'd realize. Because I know I've kissed quite a few necks.
I mean, maybe that's where the term necking came from.
Doesn't that mean like sucking dick?
No, it means kissing.
Necking?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you learn something new every day.
Oh my god. What
town did you grow up in?
I'm picturing Pez. Because you had that one bit about
Pez.
Yeah. Exactly.
Name's Pez because I do a lot of this.
Exactly.
Oh man,
she had necking down.
Yeah, Pez did a lot of necking.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, I hope you're right. I hope people do a lot of awkward neck kisses because I was just
sweet, just like a little puppy dog.
Oh, dude, I'm still embarrassed by it. I'm not embarrassed by straddling and peeing on Brady.
Yeah.
On a sled.
But this little neck kiss. Shit in the car it's so awkward. It's like
I know.
Yeah.
And then we're parked in the middle of the road and
Yeah.
then I'm just like picturing like who's trying to get behind us.
Yeah, you're thinking of others.
Yeah, why I'm not
on
in
top
this.
of the trauma you've just endured.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was so bad. I was like going through my phone afterwards like who can I call and like get this off my chest?
Yeah.
Because I can't just like settle with this knowledge.
No. Did you have someone to call?
Oh yeah.
Going down the phone book.
Well,
one of my everyone.
Pretty much.
Guess what the fuck just happened to me?
One of my girlfriends is in Australia, so I was like, she's awake right now. Like, I am calling her, and I kept, like, I was, like, laughing so hard before I could get it out, and she was just like, what? What is it? What happened? Like, thinking something awful happened, and then I finally say it, and she's like, dude, like, not that big of a deal. Angela, on the other hand, said she would have hooked herself off the nearest bridge.
Okay, well, that's insane. Hooked yourself off the nearest bridge.
I was like, okay.
End it all.
For a neck kiss, yeah. wasn't. The embarrassment is, bearable.
You're off to a great start.
Yeah, my God.
With this person. Did you guys get drinks or dinner, or did you go to a moth?
No, we just
performance.
No, we just got drinks. Yeah, easy, non-committal.
Did the drinks help soften the blow at all?
No, no.
If anything, that's why it happened.
Exactly. Yeah, no. And then also now, going on dates, I have to explain I have an allergy with alcohol. I can't really drink. I have to,
right.
and it's just such a weird. It changes the dynamics. I'm like, I can't. I don't not want another one because I'm trying to get out of this. I don't want another one because otherwise I will start sneezing.
Listen, I'll get naked right now. Okay. It's not that.
Have you ever heard of necking?
I'm known for my neck kisses.
Maybe if this goes well, you might get a little top of the head smooch.
Did that to my 6th grade teacher once.
Sounds like trauma.
Yeah. What have you been through?
Oh my God, yeah.
Well, good for you getting out there. It's 2023,
We're trying. We're doing what we can.
Good for you for just juggling that. I mean, adding dating on top of life is... I'm anyone I dated was a friend first. I was
really
not good at, didn't really have dating periods in my life ever where I went on single dates with maybe 2 tops in my whole life.
No way.
Yeah. I never really went on dates. I just I get extreme childlike crushes, and then I just want to be friends with the person and then see if there's anything there.
So cute.
And then I'll push them down in the snow and I'll be like, do you like me?
Yeah. Oh, such little sibling or youngest sibling energy.
I know.
I had a lot of that. I had a lot of long, deep crushes.
Yeah.
For most of my life.
Deep crushes.
Yeah. Haunting. What? We had a question about unrequited love last time, and you're like, I can't speak to that. And here you are,
Is unrequited love a deep crush? Is it the same thing?
Yeah, when the other person doesn't feel the same way.
Oh.
And you have to and you're friends, and you can't really admit it.
Yeah.
That.
Sorry, I didn't.
God.
I thought it was more so you'll never be together no matter what.
Oh.
And there's always a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
So I remember freshman year of high school, I had the biggest crush on someone, and I was like, this will never happen. And that's almost part of the excitement.
Mm-hmm.
We would do drive-bys, spying.
Oh, yeah. Which I've learned recently is that's stalker behavior.
Of course it's stalker behavior, Miriam.
But it's crazy because everyone I know has done a version of that.
Yeah.
But it is stalkerish.
It's funny the way the drive-bys ranged. We at some point pooled all of our allowance and got a motorized scooter. And I remember having a crush on this one kid, and I would motorize scoots past his house before school at 7 a.m. And I would just zzz, look over to see if maybe he was changing in the window or something.
Oh my God.
Or just I remember thinking maybe he'll be butt naked playing his guitar in the window.
Becky.
That was the hope.
Today's the day. We're going to find him.
I'm going to see him naked playing, tickling the strings.
Oh my God.
But then and then once you'd start driving by and playing the loudest music that you thought was cool.
Yeah.
It was probably always Yin Yang Twins or something, and just being they know it's me. How stalkerish and stupid.
Well, and what's crazy is what happens when they see you? If they see you.
Right.
You're averting eye contact and driving away as fast as possible.
I don't think I would even really stop.
No,
the
you
motorized
wouldn't.
Scooter I would stop on.
Would you have? If he was,
I did stop. I mean, yeah,
and just waited until the butt.
I think one time I went around his backyard. It was 6th grade.
Oh
I just did a loop around. There was forest behind. I didn't go on property.
Okay.
I went around the outskirts.
This is where you first experimented with the electric fence. Decided it wasn't worth it.
But yeah, no, with the car, it's like, what do you think, that you're going to look hot driving by?
I think that's what we all thought.
How crazy.
But I think it's
in our
like
Camrys.
I think you do it wanting to wanting to sneak a peek,
Just a glance.
You really want to be a fly on the wall. You don't want to be seen driving by, because if you're caught driving by, that's creepy.
Yeah,
you don't want that to happen unless naked guitar player sees you and is like, Becky.
He would have never done that.
No, and then he
don't even know if he knew my name.
What I'm saying is, like, best case scenario is he sees you, he knows you, he runs downstairs, whips you off the scooter and whisks you away to live happily ever after.
He weighed about 4 pounds.
He wasn't lifting
and when you had
anything.
crushes on like really tiny, skinny boys.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was our whole childhood. What do you mean?
What is it in the movie 8th Grade when the kid like gets out of the pool and he's like so skinny and she's just like like that? Just you do the motorized scooter drive by, then you go home, immediately get on AIM.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey. What are you up to? You sitting in your room? Oh, that's crazy.
The AIM relationships that existed. Like,
oh man.
And then you
couldn't
go to
be from
school...
your phone to the window.
No.
It was like drive home and get onto the desktop.
Yeah. Oh, you had a phone.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I used to take my mom's phone to school in like 8th grade. Every now and then.
Wow.
She would let me. But then it's like, delete everything.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My mom told me we like shared a phone for a while, but it wasn't until I was like a junior in high school.
Yeah.
And then she said she got a text one time from a guy that was like just checking if you're coming to this party or whatever. And my mom, she never told me about it until I was like well into my 20s. And she was like, by the way, there was this boy that texted one time. I was like, oh God.
He wrote me?
Yeah, exactly.
What you wrote me?
Yeah, what if that was like the love of my life? And
yeah.
she kept, it's like the equivalent of the Notebook mom keeping all the letters from, what was her name? Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny too thinking about doing drive-bys to guys, because there were a couple guys that used to do, we lived in that little cul-de-sac, and people used to come in and like, I think it was their form of like, if it wasn't TPing, they would come into the cul-de-sac and do donuts and like speed away. Nothing pissed Steve-O off more.
Really?
He was always, I don't know what he was convinced was like going to happen, or if he was just worried about like child safety and like if these people were driving recklessly and going to hurt someone. But he acted like the house was being like bombed.
Oh my
like
God.
He would sprint out the front door for some reason, always in his tighty whities.
Oh.
He would leave the house in his underwear. It was like the only time I ever saw my dad in his underwear. He'd be chasing someone out the front door with a baseball bat in his underwear, and every time we'd be like, what's the plan here, Dad?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Just to scare him.
Who's he scaring?
I don't know.
Like Santa Claus with a bat runs out the front door
In his
with
underwear.
his butt crack hanging out. Like, what are you really?
Yeah.
Who are you scaring?
Yeah. But you scare them with the crazy.
Sure.
Anyone in their underwear with a baseball bat
And you
in the
come in
rain.
and you get pissed at us.
Yeah.
Happens. Young
Animals.
love.
Exactly.
Young, sweet love. Oh, God, just the nervousness,
I know.
And just, are we going to kiss? Are we going to kiss?
All of
And
it.
snuggling for the first time and being like, feeling another person's just like right there, their energy.
Uh-huh.
Miriam.
It's true. I remember. It's hard to, yeah.
But yeah, not good at dating.
Who would have thought?
I don't know. I need to be friends with someone first.
Yeah. I mean, that's preferable,
Or
I
work
think.
with them.
Yeah, I definitely. Well, I went through a phase where I dated people I worked with.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is not working. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Because then inevitably it's just disastrous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, there's something, this kind of goes back to the like liberation of starting over. Like
Mhm.
there's something nice about the anonymity of like meeting someone new
Totally.
randomly.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? It's like, I don't
Sitting here talking to me for 100 hours. You're like, God, I need something new. What's up with you? What's going on in your life?
Yeah.
Sitting here with fucking Bex talking about the same bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
One day she's anxious, the next she's excited.
And around we go.
Yeah, it's fun meeting. I had a breakfast meeting today with someone that was that I didn't know, and it was great.
Look at that. See? That's like a business date.
Yep.
How'd it go?
It went great. She is fucking awesome.
Love this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to ask more about it. Am I allowed to?
Sure.
Was this for works? Like, was this for a project?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a girl that's in the industry, and she happened to be in Aspen the same time I was, and came over to me while I was having dinner after my show, and was just like, "Hey, like I worked on something with Pete Lee, and like I've followed you for a long time, and like I live in LA too. Like we should get together." And then we ended up running into each other at the airport, and I mean we're all dragging ass at the Aspen airport. It's a fiery sack of diarrhea in there because everyone's lugging their ski bags, and it's just hot.
Yeah.
And and she texted me and was like, "I got a half of a boar's head sandwich over here. You want it? I'm not going to eat it." I was like, "Are you my best friend?" Because sandwich really saved my ass too. So then, yeah, she hit me up last week about getting breakfast today and talking about the year ahead and projects and stuff that we could potentially work together on. So
nice.
She's awesome. She's
great.
What questions do you have? Sorry, did I answer?
No, yeah, I was just curious. Well, I guess it's more, the answer is more vague, which is like there is no one project. It's like just potential collaborations and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Crazy kids.
Let's dive into questions.
All right. We got questions.
Also, if you have any funny crush stories, any secrets, any juice, always share them with us. We're dying to hear. We keep everything anonymous. This is a safe space. Share anything you want with us because obviously we're fucking freaks.
Yeah, exactly. We realize the theme of this podcast is just being embarrassed all the time.
Yeah.
So we're here for it.
It's okay.
Tell us your stuff.
Yeah. Now,
right.
Miriam started this first question, and it is just the most Miriam thing I've ever seen. If you could have potatoes prepared, hard-hitting stuff. If you could have potatoes prepared only one way forever, what would that be? Fries for $500.
Okay.
Fries with Red Robin seasoning and a shit ton of ketchup. Steak fries. Perfectly
Final
crisp.
answer.
Perfectly crisp.
You didn't even have to think about it.
No. What are you going to say, mashed potato?
No. I think smashed potatoes. Skin on, half boiled. You smash them, you throw them in the oven, get them all crispy.
Smash them, throw them in the oven. What are you, Gwyneth Paltrow?
What is that?
These are my artisanal smashed potatoes.
They're so good.
The light olive oil drizzle.
They're little...
And just a little bit of rosemary.
They're little oily balls of deliciousness.
You love oily balls. Oily balls and kissing necks. Guys, if you see Miriam in a club, watch out. She's ready to do some kissing.
Just juggling potatoes.
Okay, so smashed oil balls.
Smashed oil balls. And also, I really love that question because it ties to one of our other questions that we have today, which is if you were stranded on an island. But that's a
you've
separate
said this
question.
Answer, I think. If you were stranded on an island, food, movie, album, right?
Right.
And you always say potatoes because you're like, you can make them so many ways.
Did I already say that on this?
You think it's so genius.
Dude, they're so... I fucking love potatoes.
They're great.
Potatoes are great.
Yeah.
Very versatile.
Totally.
Okay. Apologies. I didn't realize I was that much of a broken record with
You're
potato
not.
talk.
I just remember hearing you say it.
Potato talk. A new segment.
Lord help us all. Okay. I am doing dry January. Send help. Will you do sober October again? Well,
this one's for me, right?
Good luck and Godspeed. Miriam, she says send help.
Oh,
you want me to answer it?
I was making a joke that it was for me because obviously it's for you.
Oh, right.
But I also did sober October, despite Becky's accusations of me not doing it.
I think doing dry January is a lot harder than doing sober October.
After your shows, or
I think it would
just
be
generally. Okay,
maybe just coming off the holidays.
Yeah,
or just I haven't been that good at it. Like sober October, I was like, I got this.
Yeah,
you know. I don't know if it's because like Halloween isn't really a thing for me or what, but like,
well, I think you were also in like a point of like, I need to do this.
yes,
You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah,
it was like more than just like testing yourself for a month. You're like, I gotta do this for at least, like, it was proving something to yourself more than anything.
Definitely. Yeah.
Whereas like you already proved it, so now January feels like,
yeah,
I did the thing I needed to do.
yeah. I would say like it's gonna sound so simple, but like, dog, just trust that you got this.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. I promise you, it's not as hard as you think it is.
Day at a time.
People aren't that difficult. You can do it, you know? Just like stop to take deep breaths. Always have a drink on you. Like vodka.
Water.
No, water. You know, anything that like helps, or if there are little reminders, you kind of gotta like just, I think what really helps is like just be set up for it.
Yeah.
Have the people closest to you like aware of what you're doing and to like be supportive of you, which I feel like I got a lot of, everyone was very supportive, luckily, when I was doing it. And just tell them, you know, like, yeah, I'm doing this. Don't be a dick to me. Like,
Totally.
be helpful.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you want to eat ice cream or whatever, like, you know, sometimes it can be helpful to not do everything all at once. So if you're taking out alcohol, just don't be so hard on yourself. Take it easy and know you're all right. And I've only tried it like once, so I hope that advice isn't terrible.
No, I think it is. I think it is terrible.
I would say like, yeah, allow yourself little other treats if you want.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I agree with everything you said. I also think when you think about it at like the month scale, it feels daunting.
Yeah.
If you think about it, it's like, I'm not going to have a drink today. And you just do that 30 days in a row. It's way easier to like break it down at a day-to-day scale because anyone can do anything for a day, you know?
Yeah.
And I think
it can be tough though.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I just think like, yeah, I'm not saying it's easy.
Yeah.
I just think if that's what you're telling yourself, which is like, I can do this for a day.
Yeah.
I can do this for a day. I can do this for a day. Like,
yeah,
it just makes it easier. It makes a hard thing easier.
Yeah, try it. Yeah, definitely shorten the time. Be like, just today. Then we'll just see if we can get through the day. Or like, even smaller than that, this moment. Like, I always noticed when I was first doing it in October, like, if I was cooking or something, I would like want a glass of wine in my hand. Or be chugging like a bottle of wine. And then like the second I changed my train of thought or like distracted myself or danced a little bit or just like got out of my own head for a second, it was like, it's gone. Desire's gone.
Well, that's one of the things we talked about a lot even before you did the Sober October when we were in Indianapolis is like, what is it that you think the drink is gonna do for you?
Right.
And then also, do something else that does that for you.
What is one drink going to do for you? And then what's the plan from there? You can have a bunch more?
Yeah.
And then what?
Yeah. Is that going to make you feel better? Is that going to do the thing that you want? Probably not. It's probably going to do the opposite.
Is it something else?
Yeah.
Only do it if you really want to.
We'll cut that.
Anyways, you got this though.
Yeah.
You can definitely do it. January's damn near over.
And let us know when January's over.
Yeah.
You should write us back and tell us you did it.
Yeah, write us back. Tell us things you've learned.
We'll I don't know, we'll come up with a fun surprise for you.
Yes. Okay, I know you're gonna have 12 for this one. Because you're easily irked. What's one of your biggest pet peeves?
I don't know that I have this one on the tip of my tongue. I really don't. I mean, this one's way too...
If I have this one on the tip of my lip.
One of my biggest pet peeves is when you put the Zyn packet in your front lip like that. Put it on the side so I don't have to see it.
No, because then there's too much saliva and you start tasting it and you don't want to do that.
Okay. All right.
Also, I'm pretty sure they've just discontinued these. So, like, this might be the last of it. So let me live.
Okay. Okay. Biggest pet peeve...
Well, I'll go then.
Yeah, you go.
Well, I would smack up against the couch because when people do that on planes, if I've got a fresh Diet Coke and someone starts jostling the seat,
yeah,
really gets me going. Oh, and then there's one other thing.
Okay.
This is small, but for some reason there's every now and then you'll be having a conversation with someone and they're like, correct.
Yeah.
And you're not asking, was that incorrect or correct? You're just kind of speaking.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't need you to confirm that was correct.
Uh-huh.
It kind of chaps my ass.
I just did that on a phone call today. He was asking whether or not things were correct, and I was.
Well, that's yeah.
But I was doing it out of spite because I was like, he's asking me questions that I've already answered before, and I was just like, correct. That's correct. And I even acknowledged it afterwards to my colleague where I was like, damn, I was being such a bitch, but I just could not. I was just like, this guy has given me attitude for questions that I've already answered that he knows the answer to.
Right.
But you're right. It is annoying. I knew as I was doing it.
Correct. It's like that. It's like you're interrupting me to say correct.
This is similar to the nah.
I know.
It's very, very similar.
Yeah.
Okay, airplane pet peeve is don't stand up and try and cut people when we're getting off the planes.
Yeah, but
why are we doing that? How do you, if you're still doing that, how do you not know that you're not supposed to do that?
I think the word is getting around.
Let's hope so. Because I don't fly as often as you and I still see it all the time.
All the time. Just, people might be flying for the first time.
I guess, but just chill out.
People might not be listening to Start at Birth.
We're all getting off the plane. Yeah. Relax.
Yeah.
Another pet peeve, I think like being stuck behind slow walkers.
Yeah.
I think I'm like constantly coming up with like, how do I pass this person? Do I have to like walk onto the street? Do I have to slink Scoot between by. This tree and hit
them with your whole butt crack?
Exactly. Envelop them in my butt crack as I walk by.
Envelop them in 8-inch deep crevasse that is Miriam's ass. They're nowhere to be found for years.
Yeah, but yeah, I think slow walkers might be one. Or unaware. I think people being very unaware. And that ties into the plane thing.
That's, yeah. There's, there's sometimes when you want to be like.
It's just like, how do you not know that there are other people around you?
I know, but then there's sometimes when you might be caught up in your own, I don't know.
Sure, it's possible.
Yeah.
But I try to be cognizant of others.
Yeah. All
right, well, next.
I feel like I do a lot of things that people would be peeved about. Like I constantly am blowing snot rockets into various areas.
On my way here today.
Oh, what?
I was stopped at a light and I looked in my rearview mirror and the guy behind me was like doing one of these nose picks. And I was like, oh, that's funny. I'm like watching him pick his nose, like gotcha, but I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
And then he takes it out and eats it. An adult man ate his booger.
How hungry
must you be?
You have to be to eat not even like a crunchy bug that's been nice and dried out like an apricot. Fresh, wet booger?
I mean, I wasn't close enough to know the consistency of it. But I was just like, literally my jaw
dropped. It's the winter. One can assume it's a wet bug.
Yeah, fair. But I was just like, I cannot believe. Like, it was bad enough to catch him picking a bug. But to eat it?
Ew. I think some people have like a fetish for that.
Ugh, nasty.
Yeah.
I was never a booger eater.
Me neither.
I'll pick some bugs out of there, but I'm not munching on them.
I love to pick. I used when I was a kid, like, you know how people always pinch your nose when you're a kid?
Yeah.
I used to get so pissed if I happened to have a sharp booger in my nose.
Uh-huh.
And if someone, like an adult, pinched my nose, I would always, like, make a scene. Like, I had a sharp booger in there! And you just stabbed my nostril with it! Fuck! Okay, my last question.
All right.
My last question. Desert Island Movie, Book, and Album.
Okay. These ones are this is like the dinner party one where it's a little hard.
Okay, well, I have mine.
Okay. How do you do that so fast?
Movie would definitely be Blue Crush.
Blue Crush.
Blue Crush.
Okay.
Book would be, I read this book called One by One that I really liked.
Okay.
It's about these people that get like snowed in this ski chalet.
Okay.
And one by one, it just starts to go down.
Well, all right.
Give it a read. Album, I would have to say the Bohemian Rhapsody movie soundtrack. Really gets me going.
Wow.
And that way I could like perform on the island to myself and maybe pass the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I like that. Okay. I was able to come up with movie and book.
Miriam's like, Enya.
And no.
The Bible, Shawshank Redemption,
Bible. God.
and an Enya album.
No. None of those.
Okay.
You don't know me at all. Movie, The Fifth Element.
Okay.
All-time fave.
Good call.
Seen it a million times.
Good call.
It's everything in one. It's comedy. It's action. It's sci-fi. It's the best. Okay. Book.
Atomic Habits.
I know. I think it.
Habit
only
number one,
because-
cut open a coconut.
Only because I've read it already, I think 3 times, makes me think that I could probably read it another few.
Mhm.
The Fountainhead.
Okay.
By Ayn Rand. She's questionable as a person, but great, well-written book, architecture related.
Okay.
And then album. Oh man, I don't know. I feel like I have so many favorite albums that I don't know that I have a single one.
Okay.
But based on what I've been listening to in the last couple years, it might be Polo y Pan.
Okay.
Little French duo
Mm-hmm.
that is like very poppy, very dancey, very fun. Always puts you in a good mood.
Okay.
So I'd probably do that.
I like this. Do you share your playlist on Spotify publicly?
I think so.
Okay.
Should we do a little exchange?
I would like that.
Okay.
Pollo
let's do
y
it.
pan?
Polo. Y Pan.
Polo. P-O-L-O.
P-O-L-O.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay, that's good stuff.
We got it.
Good.
Oh, God.
It's just, it's in there.
Yuck.
Yeah, 'tis the season.
Okay.
The Christmas tree is still up, by the way.
When is it coming down?
I don't know, Miriam.
It's time.
I'm sure it'll come
It's
down
been
soon
time.
because I'll be procracting writing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'll
And you'll be like, I have to do
everything will
this
get
now.
done. I'll get in shape.
Oh, my
I'll,
God. You're right. Okay.
Anyways, though, okay, so guys, as always, thank you for listening. We love you. I had a lot of questions that came in about the 2023 Shigong tour. We have a few cities that are live. It officially kicks off in Seattle at the Neptune Theater and then to Portland at the Aladdin Theater. There are some more dates like Louisville and a couple others that are already live on my website, BeckyRobinsonTheGreat.com. But just know the amount of cities that are yet to be added are large. So I think we got Jackson Hole, we got Bay Area, we got DC, Toronto, Eugene, Phoenix. I'm coming everywhere. I will see you. We are gonna have some fun. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. Keep writing your reviews. Send us your comments. We love hearing all the feedback. Thanks for being patient with us as we work through the structure of this thing. We're having a time with it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been great. It's been really fun.
Well, I've been Becky Robinson.
And I still am Miriam Mulligafari.
This is Start at Birth. Thanks for listening. Have a good week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.